Hello, hello, hello. And here we are. We're chucking along. We're going like a choo choo, choo choo, choo choo. Hello. Have you had your coffee, your tea? Yes, I have had mine. Can you tell? All right. In this video, we're going to be looking at these areas as I interpret them through the eyes of tarot, money, relationship, career, and well-being. So let's get started. And as I shuffle through, I'd like to let you know that the moon is in transit through the constellation of Leo. What does that mean? Well, it is going to fire you up. It's going to ignite you. It's going to activate you and demand that you become a little more bolder and braver. And you know what? Maybe even unapologetic for what? For being you. That's right. So there's going to be an incredible magnetic energy exuding from all the fire signs, but from all of us in general. So if you're feeling all sorts and owning your skin, I'm happy for you. So roar like a lion, okay? So here we go. For money, relationship, career, and well-being. So let's get started. All right. Okay, so if you are trading paper, if you are in the stock market, things are looking what I would rather say optimistic, and definitely some of you will be recovering. You will be making some gains. For the most part, what I see here is research. What I see here is converging with conversations about investments and deal making. So we're at the stage where we're looking at some future investments that are going to be looking good. But I also see, I'm getting another message about company mergers. And so this might be a place to, land in on some of those other businesses that are going to support some of your other investments. So take a look at, as you're doing your research, check with your stockbroker and your financial advisor about merging companies. And so there might be opportunity to bid low on some of those sales and, bid in on some of the merge. So really interesting. Okay, so in general, what I'm seeing here, when it comes to money and finances, there's going to be conversations about deal making, conversations about contracts, about business opportunities. There's lots of stuff right now that is playing on using funds to invest into things for the future. So this could be a communication about starting up a business, partnerships, investments, agreements, purchases that you're going to make involving money. So much more of that brainy, emotional thing. One thing that I meant, since the word emotional just flew out, let me put it out there. Make sure you keep that emotion in check. While it may be a good guide, if it's warning you not to jump in, or you just want to make sure that you're not too excited buying into something without doing that research, okay? Relationship. Okay, so before I move forward, I want to say that I'm getting a sense and sharing that this may be involving some of our air signs. We're talking about a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. So there's some energy there that's involving these combinations or someone just in that particular area. So what I want to share is that grief that was over your shoulder, it looks like there's going to be a sense of relief. There's going to be a talk out. Some people have a walkabout. This is a talk about. And so you might find out that being honest and facing the situation about this relationship with the truth is really what is called the medicine that's going to begin the healing process. So if you've been sitting there quietly suffering and just taking the bulk of this pain onto yourself, this is finally the release that you needed. You might find out that, you were carrying it way too long. And it's not easy carrying, anxiety and tension and depression all by yourself when there is a partner involved, you might find out that they are ready to listen to you, that they are ready because they too have matured and can have a discussion, a meaningful discussion that's going to help this relationship in whatever way it is, because there's so much here that has been put on the table that now we can talk about it. Now, there is another message I'm getting for like the single people, and it seems that this is a time where you are focusing on working on yourself, and this is going to really help a lot for the future, because as you develop a healthy relationship with yourself, a loving relationship with yourself, you're going to be able to share that with others. You will understand compassion because you have felt that pain of being alone and rejected, or alone and not understanding. So you yourself, as you develop that intimacy with yourself and forgiving yourself and understanding your needs and giving in to taking care of yourself, and then later on, as time moves forward, you'll be ready not only to love again, but to share that, all that love that you have with that other special person. Career. All right. Okay, so in relationship to job, career, business partnerships, and your academics, for those young adults that are going to school, this is the introduction to that 9 to 5, and working with others and collaborating and having that sense of responsibility. So it falls into this area. So what I'm sensing here is that could be a sense of frustration, a missed opportunity, stagnation, and this is really causing a lot of grief for you, a lot of frustration, because at this moment you feel like there's no challenge where you're at your workplace, and that there is no further ceiling. You don't see that there's going to be any promotions or any raises, and you feel like this is it. And the only way to move onward is to assess, what are you willing to tolerate? What are you willing to put up with? And how much of you are you willing to sacrifice as you begin, a new prospect? Or will you need to go back for further education or seek some type of extra skill so that you can come in and just say, listen, I have, added to my portfolio. And sometimes all that may be great and good, but maybe where you're at, they won't value what you are investing in yourself. And maybe it might be time to consider, how will you take that next step? Hello. We just had technical difficulties here. The camera guy was slacking. Did you get him some coffee? You think? Oh, okay. Oop. All right, let's look at well-being. Okay, well, I'm getting an interesting vibe here from a collective group, and I'm feeling the vibration of air, movement, non-movement. Non-movement is blockage. Something about lungs, something about breathing, something that has to do with intake and oxygen. So it's really interesting message I'm getting. So if this is you, I am not a doctor, so you may want to consult with your physician. And in general, one of the best things that I've learned for myself is taking 10 minutes in the morning and doing some deep breathing exercises. You may find, if you do some Google research here, some really good Qigong classes that are just fantastic, that lets you focus on your breath and your intake and that beautiful exhale, and just being in that space as you're oxygenating your body. And so it has worked for me, and hopefully maybe this might be something that helps you. But in general, it's time to pay attention to yourself and breathe. You might find out that you're not breathing enough for yourself. We just go on our days and we're not even paying attention about putting a little timer on our phones and just saying, let me stop here for a good breath. Almost feels like drinking fresh water. All right, my friends, there you have it. Let's go take a look at the collective. I will be using the deck from Healing with Angels, how appropriate, and let's see where it will take us. healing. Oh, wow. So there's a lot of healing that we need to take place. Healing in this relationship, working on that. Healing with our attitude about where we are, you know, and career and self-worth and contribution to the household and, you know, what we need to do. But it all comes from a choice. And healing our body, our own physical body and our energy field. So take time for what matters. Each one of us is playing the major role in our own life. So make sure that you take time to take care of you, because so much is happening because of you. All these stories, these backstories with all these other people, and they matter because of you. All right, my dear one. There you have it. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I'm going to wish you a blessed day.